Hey everyone, I'm Charting Man Dan with the Chart Guys, trader for the last 13 years and technical analyst. In this video, we're going to look at the charts and see the follow through that the bears started the morning with, but there's a whole bunch of names that are scouting daily higher lows as the most likely scenario. We'll see which names these are, and we'll check in on the markets.
Hey traders, so the story right now is NVDA earnings all-time high, absolute beast mode. The moral of the story is do not short Wall Street darling stocks. Tesla was a Wall Street darling for a while. NVDA is a Wall Street darling right now. And anybody that has ever shorted this name ever is now underwater. So this is a huge surge to the semiconductors. The NASDAQ is up big time after hours. Daily candle on the NASDAQ futures chart looks very healthy, right off EMA 12. It took a while to get the bounce going this morning. We did drop to some pretty extreme RSI, and the bounce was very lackluster all morning. At the end of the day, it picked up a little bit, and then now after hours, bulls are putting in the work. So NVDA, we're going to be on back burner watch. First 5-minute oversold conditions from here. We're going to be looking for a bounce for an hourly higher low, and it's going to be the talking point of CNBC and everybody else for a long time. And it's going to keep the AI narrative going as far as AI in the spotlight. Quantum computing is going to be a buzzword, but clearly AI is getting the attention right now. So congrats to the NVDA bulls, extremely strong and not done yet. 2-minute stair-step pattern and extremely impressive. We look at the semiconductors as a whole, they're up big time, 134.50, which means, I guess I drew that yesterday. Wow. 134.50, we're right back up testing the high, so no little lower high here. Possibility that we're heading right back up to 134.31. We're testing that now, so potential for daily continuation. And NVDA has a huge, a large amount of exposure in SPY and QQQ. And so that is why we're seeing QQQ up over 1% after hours. You've also got peers, or not peers, but Microsoft benefiting. So Microsoft after hours over the high of today. And again, there's so many names that are scouting daily higher lows. It's a tale of two markets out there because the QQQ related names are still very strong. And you've got Microsoft right off daily EMA 12. And now our daily higher low is looking like it's going to be set with how we're trading after hours. And you've got names like Google looking for a daily higher low. Didn't even touch EMA 12. After hours, Google not up a whole lot, but watching for the daily higher low. Amazon was a lead bull again today, just like yesterday. Daily higher low is set. Trying to head back to the recent high. So again, if you show me the NASDAQ chart, there is nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's an extremely bullish chart. But if you show me SPY, the S&P 500, it's a much different look. The S&P 500 did hold our support zone. Remember when we were grinding sideways forever? We held that support, and we're going to have to see SPY bulls confirm an hourly uptrend tomorrow for confidence the daily higher low is set. You can see we're up a bit after hours. So a good sign for the bulls out. I mean, NVDA is still going. It's now up at 363. It's just blue sky breakout, 364. It's just, we know what blue sky breakout means. We saw it back in 2021, and not many names doing it now, but certainly NVDA is. These other names, AI, after hours, I am sure is benefiting. Yep, big time move up. That's a 5% plus move after hours on AI, 7% now. So AI, quick little daily higher low trying to be set. A new name for me is IONQ for quantum computing. And it had a really nice, it was the best bounce that I saw today. Hourly, first oversold conditions, back burner, and a V-shaped bounce, and it's up after hours. But V-shaped bounce of 10%, and now up another 8% after hours. So this is another hype name to be keeping an eye on. Daily higher low set, looking up at 1165 resistance. But can't just be chasing these names, got to be utilizing buying on dips like first hourly oversold conditions to have the risk and reward more favorable. But I'm going to get used to trading IONQ. Today was my first day watching it. I've never taken a trade on it. So again, all the names, just compartmentalize the market in your brain NASDAQ and semiconductors, healthcare, and the financial sector. Just do that. And right now we've got the financial sector very weak. And the hourly RSI was in the teens today. And it's right back to where we closed. So 31.69 support is in play, rejecting from weekly EMA 12. So the financial sector is still weak. Healthcare sector dropped to the lower low, clear daily downtrend. I am anticipating healthcare sets a weekly higher low, but there's a ton of space. We could drop another few weeks before that happens. So long semiconductors and big tech, and short the healthcare sector and the financial sector has been the way that the market has been trading over the last month or so. And we know the NASDAQ and the big tech names have a whole lot of weight in the broader market. So congrats to the NVDA bulls, 365 right now. Tesla trying to set a daily higher low, first hourly oversold conditions, nice bounce. So hourly trend change has to take shape. But if that marks the daily higher low, any name where they're first, after a big bull move up, where first hourly oversold conditions marks the daily higher low, that's your indication that the bulls still have complete control. And so Tesla is hoping that's going to be the case. There's a gap to fill at 185.26. And what else? Biotech sector, pulling back notably on the daily, keeping an eye out for the potential of a head and shoulders, depending on what that bounce looks like. Growth names pulled back with the broader market today, but ARKK, first hourly oversold conditions, trying to mark a daily higher low, right off EMA 12. We know in our strongest uptrend, first hourly oversold, daily EMA 12. If they hold the higher lows, the bulls keep complete control. So that's a good sign for the ARKK bulls. But they got to follow through tomorrow. Break the high of today tomorrow. Our daily higher low will be set. That'll be our new benchmark support level. IWM, a bit weaker. So IWM has space for a potential daily lower high to be the result of the next bounce. IWM is being dragged down by the financial sector. So whenever I look at IWM, I just imagine IWM is showing me growth names and the financial sector. We've got CCJ, multiple daily inside bars, uranium name. Held the low of yesterday by a penny. If the inside bars break bearish, we've got a tightening daily range to be watching and a potential head and shoulders. If the inside bars break bullish, then we're looking at a weekly bull flag trying to confirm. The dollar still breaking out to higher highs, I should say, continuing the uptrend. So no sign of weakness. 12-hour EMA 12 support is my guide for now. And we're holding it. That's keeping weakness in the metals. Gold is testing the low, which held yesterday. Silver back down to fresh lows. Miners, daily bear flag finally confirmed with a good amount of follow through. Big bear day on the miners today. So the metals are still weak as long as the dollar is strong. GDX is hitting first hourly oversold conditions, and after seeing a bounce of 40% almost, we can be watching for daily oversold bounce here. Is the dollar getting overbought? Close to daily overbought on the dollar. So I'll be keeping an eye out for miners daily oversold and dollar daily overbought if we get there. Oil with the bull break of its tightening range, but the inventory report took away a bit of that momentum. So the daily higher lows are going to be our guide. Anything above 70.67 is a daily higher low on oil. Natural gas has the daily higher low set off EMA 12. Anything under 2619 will just be a daily lower high. Going to be watching to see if bears shape up a head and shoulders here as well. So got to see how things shake out here overnight, but it's looking like we're going to see higher opens in the market, and most notably in QQQ, which benefits much more than SPY with this after hours action on NVDA. You're going to hear NVDA with regards to the market. I mean, it's just going to be constant talking points. AI buzz continues. And again, we're not anywhere near a bubble in AI as far as the charts are concerned. NVDA is the only thing that you could even consider being a potential bubble just because now it's in blue sky breakout. But because all these names are coming from, I'm looking at AI right now, because we're coming from 2-month downtrends, this is not what a bubble looks like. A bubble looks like massive euphoria, hundreds of percent gains, straight up moves. And we're just trying to confirm a monthly uptrend to try and indicate that a long-term shift is taking place. Not even close to a bubble, as far as I'm concerned. AI is going to be in play for years, so don't let the bubble fear in your brain with regards to AI. The charts will show us what a bubble is. You can go back and look at Bitcoin multiple times. You can look back at cannabis. Those are bubbles. This is not a bubble. You might get sick of hearing the buzzword, but too bad. So, trading today, I ended up stopping out of a bounce attempt on KRE on the morning. It showed a little bit of relative strength and it was holding well. And it did stop me out right near the low of the day. I didn't miss a whole lot of upside, but it stopped me out on that break right there. We had a tightening 5-minute range break there. Just a little half-day loser. Next trade I took from there. This is an example of no FOMO and letting the trade come to you. So I was looking at Riot and I was typing out the trade setup. Sometimes when I'm typing out short-term trade setups, it makes me miss the trade because I'm trying to communicate what I'm doing. And so it was right here where, all right, we're overextended. We're due for 15-minute consolidation. We just went 6% straight up from the low of the day. And so I was typing out, I'm scouting a 2-minute lower high, playing off the high of the day, just the trade style I talked about in the video yesterday. Scouting the 2-minute lower high for a bearish entry. And by the time I was, wrote the message and was getting ready, we're already down here. I said, all right, I missed it. That was it. And so what do? I zoom out and say, at that point in time, all right, the next setup I'm looking for here is going to be a 5-minute head and shoulders. And so I'm looking at this way in advance. And so right now I say, all right, I'm looking for a 5-minute head and shoulders. And then I wait, 20 minutes later, we get the bounce going. I make a bearish entry at 11:14. I would have made one more at 11:20 if we got up there. And then we roll over. I exit 40% of the position on the bear break. And then I stop out for the rest of the position. Wasn't a big win, but just an example of missing the trade, zooming out, and looking for the trade on the next time frame from there. Another trade I took was a little Tesla short at the end of the day. Back burner, first 5-minute overbought conditions, knowing we're scouting an hourly lower high. We ended up pulling back over 1% from there. Same thing, took partial profit, stopped out the rest of the position. So it ended up being a little green day. It wasn't the bounce I was looking for today. So I headed into this morning saying I'm scouting a bounce because we're gapping down, we're in hourly oversold conditions, and I have some SQQQ in my IRA as a hedge, and I covered it first thing this morning. And then 7 minutes later, I re-entered it. And the reason I re-entered it is because XLF was hitting a new low of the day while QQQ was trying to bounce. And for me, that just seeds doubt. That seeds doubt in the market for getting a bounce going. We know if it was going to be a strong bounce with follow-through, we would have seen all major sectors at the lows at the same time. No, at the highs at the same time. That would have been a very convincing bounce. And we didn't see that. And so then we had a slow grind. And so we were oversold on the hourly, the 30-minute, the 15-minute. But look at the 5-minute. We didn't hit extreme hourly. We didn't hit extreme 5-minute oversold conditions at any point in time today on QQQ. Beware of the slow grind down. As I've said many times in my bounce videos, my aggressiveness as a bounce trader directly matches the bears. If you are flushing and you're oversold on all the time frames, I'm scaling in aggressively. If you're grinding down and cooling off RSI on the way down, I'm way more patient. That's not the kind of bounce I'm looking for. I like the flush V-shape for my bounce trades. And we have a YouTube video. If you Google TheChartGuys crypto breakdowns, there's a video about how I play flushes and oversold bounces like that. But that just kept me very patient. And we had 15-minute EMA 12 acting as resistance all day. And at the end of the day, things shifted once power hour rolled around. But story is NVDA after hours. And here we have QQQ at 335s. And QQQ, just like that, is now much closer to the highs in the 338s than we are to the lows in the 329s. So daily high or low, very likely set. And we have a new benchmark support level, the low of today. I can now say QQQ bulls have complete control as long as 329.56 is support. For the SPY bears to get a big win, they now need to confirm a daily downtrend. Anything under 420.72 is just a lower high. We're 2% under that level right now after hours. And that's what the bears need to do. If you confirm a daily downtrend on SPY for the bears, it's going to be the first time that has happened convincingly in a while. Pretty much since we set this longer term high or low 2 months ago. So a win on the morning for the bears, a bit of a bounce into the end of the day, nothing special, but the story is after hours NVDA, and some bears are feeling some pressure after hours. And so we know NVDA is going to bring the volatility tomorrow, and we can watch peers, AMD, MU, anything AI related. That's where the bull lean is, that's where the volatility is. I hope you had a good day, and don't forget to do good things. We'll see you tomorrow.